What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully, you had a great Christmas weekend. Let's get some things going. I meant to actually get this up and running before I logged in, but it's all right. Let's take a look around the markets. Feel free to drop me a message. Let me know how the weekend went. And let me drop that in here. Your weekend went. There we go. All right. So, yeah, feel free to let me know. And I will definitely share with you how my weekend went. But let's get to looking around the market here a little bit, see what's shaking out, what's falling off the tree. Oh, Apple. Oh, Apple's falling off that tree. Buddy. Um, yeah, we'll probably take a look at tech and stuff like that over the hour. We'll see how that stuff's shaking out. Oh man, just looking through some of this other stuff, not looking too good. All right, fine, whatever. Spy, nice little breakdown here over the past roughly 10 minutes, and I'll be pretty honest, a nice little drop, very quick and initially today. Nice little comeback up, took out the highs of the day, and consolidated sideways, kind of just rounded out a top here for most of the day. It looks like we're rolling over. So it looks like we'll probably here over the next hour, probably push back down to the lows of the day, or we might just come down and then bounce as we go into the last hour of the day or so. Not really sure, but definitely looks like we're going to go a little bit lower here over the next hour. We'll see how that shakes out. Not expecting anything crazy, but you know, it is what it is. Qs are down 1.4%. Wow, that's a pretty good move there on the Qs. Qs dropping pretty good. Obviously, a lot of that's being hit by tech. Spy's only down roughly 0.5%. So yeah, definitely seeing a lot of weakness coming from the Qs. And we'll look at some ratios, just some different relationships for things that are kind of going on in the marketplace, and get a general idea of where money flow is, because just because you want to be on holiday, you want to take your time and vacation and family and all that, which I get it. I went this morning, I went to breakfast with the family before they left town, but the market's still open, still doing its thing. It's still day. We got to do homework. We still got to do homework. And for all those actually that are kind of braving the weather, over in the east, I think western New York had some major snow drops over the past a week or so. Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. That's a rough area to be in right now. From just some of the pictures I saw, didn't look too friendly up there with that really cold weather and stuff. The DIA is actually holding up pretty good. DIA is actually positive, so the Dow Jones is doing pretty good today. IWM looking like it's just going to continue to get pushed down here. Just looking at all of these on the daily. Yeah. So, all right, that's interesting. Equal weighted S&P 500. Ah, that's interesting. Equal weighted S&P 500 is actually even. That's really interesting. I would not have thought that. Would not have thought to see that. So you got Apple, the largest stock, down 1.5%. You got probably some of the other big tech names down pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Google's down a little bit over 2%. We'll take a look at Alphabet. Did my phone start listening to me? No. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing some pretty good weakness here. Still out of the big four. Is Tesla even considered a Big 10 anymore? Nah, they're probably like not even top. They probably are still in the top 50 on the SP 500, but my goodness, they have been slaughtered. We're gonna take a look at that. That thing just might be beeline to 65 with how much it keeps just breaking down. Let's take a look at Tesla real quick. 113. Yeah, it might just. This is You can't get bearish on this right now. You can't get into a position on this right now. I'm just trying to look at some different timelines. My gosh, I mean that drop right there. Past few days have just been chaotic there. Weekly, I mean it's kind of getting to the point where it's really at that lower end now of some of this consolidation it had back in 2020. I can't see this. I don't really see this on the near term. I mean, on the near term, really over the next like couple trading sessions, getting below the level it's at. I'm kind of tempted to maybe even take a bull vertical spread. Very tight. I'm gonna keep it very, very tight though. What's the SPY look like? Because I like kind of maybe some of this base, maybe some of this push up here. What does the SPY look like? I think I'm gonna do that. Tesla this Friday. Let's have a bull vertical spread. I just think it's massively oversold. If it doesn't work out, I'm not gonna risk the bank account, but you know, I can see it having one snapback day, popping pretty good. Nice little gap actually still open from Friday's close to today. So yeah, over the weekend. Okay. But yeah, it's just in an area. This thing might be beelining right for the 65 area over the next couple months. Which would be absolutely amazing if that happened. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look to set that up. Let's just do that real quick. Might look at some analytics on possibly how some of these vertical trades have been working out over the past few weeks, and see if we're making money or not. So I need to get the the option chain over. Let's see if we can get TSLA up. And I'm kind of tempted to see what what kind of value a lot of the options are. Let me see what this the 114 by 115 vertical looks like. Oh man. All right. I want to keep it tight so I know the reward to risk isn't really going to be in my favor. Oh my gosh. I might have to get this for 50 cents. Alright, that's fine. I'll do that. Like I said, I'm not going to risk a whole lot here. I'm not even going to risk what I normally risk. I'm going to risk half that. So, but I'll do that. I'm going to do this this Friday, 114 by 115, call vertical spread. And, yeah, I'm okay with 50 cents. I'm alright with that. I know. I think there's been a lot of people who get piled into this a little too much, especially with that gap down today. Just trade lower. Show you what I'm kind of talking about. So yeah, obviously we've had a lot of selling, a lot of selling. Then we gap down today and have sold lower. I can see this thing have a nice little bullish pop here this week, the rest of this week. Because we haven't really seen it gap down before. We had a little gap down back over here, but we traded within the previous day, right? We haven't traded within the previous day yet. So the lows of Friday and the highs of today don't overlap, right? That's what I'm kind of looking at. They don't overlap, so we do have a little bit of a gap here on the Tesla stock. And hey, you know what? Maybe it doesn't fill it this week. Maybe it just kind of gets in here and hangs around the 110, 112. And then we get into January. Maybe it pops and kind of consolidates out for a little bit longer. And then it pushes down maybe later on in a few months. But it's really oversold over the past few weeks here. So I'm willing to take a shot that has a little bit of a bounce, tries to fill that gap for this week. So I'm going to take this shot. And I'm okay with this. I'm all right with it. I'm not gonna risk. I'm not gonna risk a whole lot, but I dig it. I dig it a little bit. I dig it a little bit. I don't dig it a lot. Dig it a little bit. So I'm gonna adjust that volume. And I'm gonna hit this, and then yeah, there we go. 50 cents. See if I can hit that. All right. So I got filled at 47 cents. I got filled at 47 cents. That's for that dollar spread of 114. All right. So 114 by 115 vertical spreads for this Friday. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. It's got filled at 47 cents. Not too shabby. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of the week. I know a lot of people are like calling for the death of Tesla. It's old news, man. It's old news. Don't pile in bearish now. Don't pile in bearish now. Bad time to get bearish. You at least got to at least wait and see how it sets up. Let me do that real quick. Actually, one thing I forgot to do. Add this 115, perfect, and then add Tesla stock to the list. Boom. If there's anything you guys watching, I mean, let me know. Let me know what you're watching. Let's run through the stuff though. We'll see what is moving. All right, transports are down a little bit. The VIX is up a little bit, open higher, traded higher. It's come back down, and not much going on there. The dollar. The currency markets are actually open yesterday, so a little bit of activity there yesterday. The dollar's still kind of getting compressed below this 10 exponential moving average, and if it has like one bad day down, I mean, it might start to roll over. So that'd be kind of interesting to see if that happens here. And it's probably going to make a move here this week, and not a lot of people will probably talk about it, but got to keep your eye on that kind of stuff. 10-year yield, man. Look at that thing. The 10-year yield is just a monster right now. Climbing over the past week and a half, just smoking higher. Kind of mentioned is probably going to make a move to the bottom of this little pivot level that we had back in October on the 27th, 28th. Right at the bottom there, right there around that 3.9 level. Rosebud, how are you doing, sir? Are you stuck under snow? I'm curious because I saw a lot of snow there dumped in New York, man. The 10-year and the 2-year. Look at that. Just nice little flag pattern come back down. Inversion yield looks like it's going to continue to push higher. Nice. The GLD popped. So gold popped today. Okay. I mean, I didn't really look like the dollar was doing anything crazy. But yeah, I mean, took out that high. Still kind of trending higher. Still want to see it roll over. It might. Cool. No, only a couple days. Oh, a couple of inches here. Picnic by comparison to Buffalo. Yeah, man. Buffalo, dude. Yeah. It looked like a very white wonderland out there. Some of those pictures I saw. HYG. Look at that drop on HYG. Nice drop. Let me see what in comparison to SPY. See, SPY ain't really moving down too much. HYG is moving down quite a bit. Getting really kind of close to those last week lows. LQD, man, look at this. The corporate bonds falling off. Investment grade corporate bonds are really falling off here. Interesting. Yeah, that's a pretty good drop there. And some people would even look at this and say, okay, nice little run. Where's my? There it is. Okay, thank you. Nice little run. Here's a little consult pullback. So kind of got like maybe like little head and shoulders action possibly going on. So getting below that little neckline area, which is kind of interesting. Interesting shape out there. Let's talk about AAPL though. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the big tech. Actually, let's make a run through big tech and we'll come back to AAPL. NFLX. This sucker now is rolling over. Whatever, man. All right, fine. You didn't want to roll over by last Friday. See how it is. Alphabet. Yeah, I saw NVIDIA. I saw the semiconductors getting hit pretty good. We'll run through some of that. Alphabet, though, yeah, getting hit pretty good, man. Amazon, getting hit pretty good. What's Meta up to? Meta's just hanging out. Meta looks like it wants to pop bullish. It's not really rejecting off those price levels too hard. Okay. And Microsoft. Microsoft's the one that's not closest to its yearly low. So obviously that's a good sign for Microsoft stock. Let's talk about AAPL though. AAPL, woo buddy. It took out that yearly low right there today. Let me slide that over one. So obviously we see the low that we had back in here on June the 16th was 129.04. The low that we have today is 128.72. If we look intraday, you see it down here. 29.04. There we go. So obviously you can see it down here. We got right below it there for about 10 minutes or so. And we came right back above it. That was when the market really sold off, right? Just taking a look at the SPY. Market sold off pretty good. AAPL just made that run. Got below that for a little bit. Made a new yearly low intraday. And then had a little snapback rally. But didn't even get close to the daily highs. There's a lot of people liquidated out this morning. A lot of people said, yeah, you know what? We're not going to be the first one. We're not going to be the last ones out of this. We're going to be the first ones. But, yeah. We'll see if AAPL can kind of hold things together here going into the end of the day, man. But if this thing continues to roll over and get back down to the 129 level, just expect it to continue tomorrow. Expect it to continue tomorrow. But yeah, in AAPL, kind of doing what I kind of thought in the market outlook video I put out Saturday morning. Expected just a rollover this week, break these yearly lows this week, and the market to be kind of quiet, not a lot going on. So we'll see how things shape out this week. All right, let's check out those semiconductors. Obviously, NVIDIA's getting hit pretty good. AVGO is actually not doing too bad. AMD's not looking too good. Qualcomm's down pretty good. Intel's down pretty good. All right, check that NVIDIA. That is a drop. Man, look at this pattern too. I think we talked about this on Friday. Little bullish trend higher right here. A lot of these whole higher low coming in here over the previous month and a half or so. We broke that down last week. We retested right into that trend line as well. And then Thursday last week had the really big breakdown on NVIDIA and some of those semiconductors. And then a very nice inside day action candle on Friday. Or not inside day, but a very small little buying candle, green candle there. And then also getting a massive follow through today. That is hugely bearish pattern kind of shape out there. Yeah. Yeah, that's rough, man. That is really rough. Wow, and NVIDIA, look at that. Just outside of that first 15 minutes, man, the things have been trending in that bearish direction, just continuing to fall throughout the day. Not really getting any kind of bounce coming in, except for like that first hour. the 45 minutes after the first 15 was a little bit of buying come in. But that first 15 minutes, man, you could tell that there was people just hitting that sell button. They were just hitting that sell button. Wow. Yeah, that is rough. It's riff. Okay. Let's make a run through all those. Intel. Man, look at that. Gap down, trade lower, then it got bought up pretty good. What was that looking on a daily? All right. All right, not breaking down Thursday's low. AMD. AMD's not breaking down Thursday, Friday's low, but a little bit of a pennant pattern kind of formed out here the past 3 days. It might have a slow breakdown. Obviously, we do know that NVIDIA, right, had a really good run here from that October 13th low run up. So it might be playing catch up to the downside. AMD did not really participate in that too much. Neither really did Intel. So they might just be hanging out while NVIDIA kind of plays catch up to the downside. Qualcomm, that thing looks like Intel pretty much. Wow. Okay. AVGO. I know AVGO's up a little bit. Not a monster. Not a monster day, but for how much NVIDIA's down today, you would think that's a monster day up. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Micron. Man, that's a huge lower wick today. This thing was moving today. Yeah, a lot of things came out, got sold off really quick on the day. And then either they got bought up or they didn't. Micron made it back down to last week's lows, but didn't break them. Nice little run up there, rolling over here over the past hour or so. Okay. And then Texas Instruments. Take a look at Texas Instruments. Making another low today, taking out Friday's low at least. Yeah, it's like a lot of people are like, yeah, we're just going to get out of tech. We're just going to get out of tech today. I mean, that's where you're seeing a lot of things kind of get hit is tech. CME Group. Why are you down so much today, CME Group? Whoa. All right. They paid a $4.50 dividend today. Wow. $4.50 dividend. So they paid a $4.50 dividend and the stock's down $6.45. Wow, that is a huge dividend. Rosebuddy said, I didn't post the article on Discord, but Apple has been suffering from semi-chip engineering design brain drain. People leaving. Oh, people are leaving. Wow. People are leaving Apple to go somewhere else. Interesting. I wouldn't really think you'd be poaching Apple for semiconductor talent. I do know they make their own, but from people not from people I know, but yeah, it's the other CEOs, yeah, other companies, yeah, I get that. I guess part of that might be is how Apple runs their business, right? They try to do everything, like they're self-fabricating and software combined, right, under one house. A lot, obviously, like HP, Samsung, a lot of other companies, they don't do hardware and software in-house. And so if other companies are trying to say, hey, you know what, we kind of want to have that approach with going into new businesses, it might be, why not go after the most successful business that does that, which is AAPL. Yeah. iPhone 14 was supposed to have a new chip, got shelved due to problems with the design. So interesting. Okay. Okay, I know iPhone 14 Pro is not selling. Is not selling. They have a lot of. Ooh, man, look at this. Look at this. Look at this little. I'm gonna put this here. Look at this little sideways bracket that we got here off this breakdown. I am tempted. Actually, you know what? I got some bullish Tesla position. I'm gonna do this bearish Goldman Sachs position. Actually, let's run through financials. Bank of America doesn't look too bad. Wells Fargo, Morgan Stanley, kind of the same thing as Goldman Sachs. Okay. J.P. Morgan Chase, BlackRock, Blackstone, Citi. I like Goldman Sachs. All right, let's go look at Goldman Sachs. Okay, man. All right. 15 minutes looks pretty good. I like this like declining wedge thing it's kind of got going on. And yeah, I mean this drop, these two drops really that financials had at the beginning of December, and then the one after CPI data. They were both just fantastic. I like the little sideways bar action that we got going on here with Goldman Sachs. I dig it. And you know what? I kind of want to do it before we kind of break the level it's at. So let's look at this and see if we can find some good possibilities. I'm sure we will find some good possibilities because, you know, there's always possibilities. All right. Goldman Sachs. Looking at some puts. Let me really quick move that over. I mean, it's moved pretty good today. Let me look at the daily. I'm just kind of curious what this low was. Low of 139.88. We're at 142.50 ish. So if I did a 142.50 by 140, that would basically take it down to the low of last Thursday. I think it might break that. We'll see. I don't want to really get too crazy on moves this week because I don't know how much the market's really going to move this week. I dig this. Yeah, I dig this. 142 by 142 and a 50 by 140. I dig this. Probably for $1.05. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this, and I'm gonna risk the same amount as I did on Tesla. I'm just not too confident in the market moving all that much this week. And yeah, I'm gonna be okay with this. Basically, just offsets the Tesla position. That way, if the market starts to trend, like the entire market starts to trend in one direction or the other, basically they have each other covered. But if the market doesn't trend and financials continue to drop, and maybe Tesla sees a little bit of a rebound, maybe I'll win on both. Don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I dig this 142.50 by 140. Basically, that's back down to the low of last Thursday, and I don't know, man. I think there'll probably be some people sitting there trying to buy it. It's still not a lot of volume, but we get to like next week. I think next week you'll probably see some breakthroughs, some breakouts, that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna hit this at 142.50 by 140, and oh wow, I can't believe it filled me there. I saw the market was moving a little bit, so I got filled at 105, which is basically what I wanted it at. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I wanted to get it in before it really started breaking maybe some of these lows. It's declining triangle action kind of going on here. Settings. There we go. No, 140. There we go. That is better. So that'll be for Friday as well. I really don't know how much trading I'll probably do this week. It's really going to be more of watching, seeing what the market's trying to do. If anybody's trying to do any crazy positioning or trying to push through certain levels, stuff like that. Because if they break through certain levels like AAPO is actually a great case on this. If AAPO breaks through this low and holds below this 129 level this week, yeah, I mean this is gonna be a really easy buy opportunity and retest as we get into January. If this plays out, if we break down this week and then retest in January, I mean that's gonna be a really easy bearish play. Probably just back down later on, and that's what I want to see. I want to see some things moving this week and finding those opportunities. I want to find those opportunities. I think the bigger moves are about to come here in January, February. All right. What else we got out there? What else is going on? Let's check these semiconductor performance. What is working? Utilities are working. Utilities are up a little bit. Up about 0.25%. Obviously, tech is really weak, down a little bit over 1%. Real estate's down about 0.5%. Materials are down about 0.25%. Industrials are flat, pretty much. Traded a little bit higher earlier. They've come back down. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Healthcare is down a little bit, down 0.3%. Financials down a little bit. Goldman Sachs probably leading that to the bearish side. Energies. Oh yeah, let's go run through energies. Maybe a false breakout here, getting above this high. A little upper wick coming in here on the XLE. Discretionary is getting absolutely butt kicked today. Wow, down 1.3% on discretionary. Staples are up 0.3%. So yeah, there's a huge alpha there between those two. Classic safety, yeah. That's what we're seeing, right? We're not seeing the market, right? The stock market move crazy, but we're seeing really crazy rotations. The XLC down a little bit over 1%, right? I mean, the S&P is only down 0.5%, but I mean the discretionary and staples, that's 1.6% delta there between those two. I mean, that's a huge move. Like you see it right there. I mean, look at that drop off. Wow, that thing. All of December has just absolutely gotten slaughtered. And really, after the CPI numbers that came out, really has dropped off. Starting to see the SPY G, SPY V really break down still. Gaming up. Win, Las Vegas Sands, maybe China. Okay, I'll check that out. Small caps kind of hanging in there, only down 0.4%. Mid caps down 0.3%. Okay. I want to look one thing real quick. I want to look at these longer terms. Good grief. I mean, look at that monthly on the discretionary and staples. I mean, this thing is coming back down. Super hard. SPY G, SPY V. Yeah, this thing's gonna very much gonna come back down as well. I mean, this thing bottomed out. The relationship here between growth and value bottomed out as we topped out in the market, basically, right as we were going into the financial crash. Wow. All right, let's check this. Let's check the gaming stocks. Yeah, just seeing that rotation, man. People just going to safety still, doing a light week, man. People they're sneaking it in there, right? I mean, most people are out hanging out with the family, doing all the family stuff, holiday, blah blah blah. They're sneaking it in. They're breaking Apple down. They're moving things around. Next thing you know, you come back and the house is completely rearranged, and you're like, "What's going on?" And then you're left holding the bag. All right, win. Nice move up. Macau gaming stocks trend. Macau gaming stocks on COVID. Oh, higher on Jesus, on China's COVID-19 rule ease. Okay, yeah. Macau casino stocks rise on China continuing to drop COVID restrictions. Yeah. Like, that sounds bullish for stocks, but what doesn't sound bullish for the economy, which then also hurts stocks, is the fact that we were talking about last week. 37 million people, or they're estimating 37 million people are getting infected with COVID every day. That's crazy. Long term ramifications of that are nuts. Like, I get, like, it sounds great on the near term, but man, the long term is just doesn't sound that great. But I tell you what, though, man, Las Vegas Sands looks like it's basing out pretty good here. I'm gonna go longer term. You gotta like this little base out here. I like that. Getting above this high that I recently put in back in February. February. I like this. Let me look at that win. Let me look at that win. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Las Vegas Sands is only in China now, not Vegas. Huh. They should change their name then to China Sands. Did they really close all their Las Vegas stuff? They just liquidated it? They just sold it out? They just like, yeah, screw that, we're done. Wow, that is ridiculous. I can't believe that. That's unbelievable. I did not know that. I don't follow the space that great, that close, but yeah, that's crazy. I did not know that. That is ridiculous. But the stock looks pretty good. I mean, stock price looks pretty good. I like this. Like, it's been basing out all year. I mean, October when the market was breaking down, it had a higher low compared to that June kind of midsummer time frame. So you gotta like this. You get some pullbacks on these stocks, man. They're gonna look really good. They're gonna just technically, right? I'm talking technically. I'm not talking business wise or economic wise, but yeah, I mean, as far as technicals, they look pretty good. Snagging that high, might not hold it. Maybe it comes back down, retest into the stand on a weekly. Which, I mean, roughly, what is that? Maybe the 50 exponential moving average on a daily. Maybe these tops that had put in maybe back in October. This top that had put in October November tops. So somewhere around maybe around the 44 might be pretty good spots to snag them. I'm gonna look just real quick on the side here, possibly at what their longer term options look like. Yeah, you know what? I kind of dig it. 2025 options. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna put an alert here. I'm gonna put an alert here. I'll put it right under this cluster. Once it gets under this cluster, these support levels, I'm gonna re-examine. Add alert, LVS, boom, perfect. Yeah, that'll fine. Once it breaks this down, if it breaks this down, I'll be interested. It probably comes back into some support levels here. But Until it breaks that down, I don't really want to mess with it. But yeah, I'll probably just re-examine it once this happens. Let me put a box here. Oh my gosh. I don't ever know where the stuff's at. Basically right through there. There we go. Disney is back at COVID lows. Streaming companies. Oh, dude. Disney. Yeah, they Disney ain't going anywhere, dude. Like, all right. Let me go to a daily so I can pull up the earnings. Disney is not going anywhere. I don't even know how in the world. Look at their cash from operations. Their cash from operations is $2.5 billion a quarter. All right, we can say $2 billion a quarter. They had one quarter, Q1 of 2022, where it's actually negative. That's interesting. How the hell did they pull that off? But yeah, dude, they are a cash cow, man. I don't care what the stock does. This thing makes so much cash, it's ridiculous. Debt to assets percentage is going down. Profit margins got hit pretty good. Interesting. I mean, assets are going up. What's income doing? Revenue. Revenue's about 20 bill a quarter. Nothing crazy. Yeah, dude, it's like they'll figure it out, man. They're gonna figure it out. But yeah, that's. I tell you what, man. You want a really good stock to invest in? January, February, when this thing sells off. I tell you what, put an alert right if you wanna be bullish on Disney stock. Put an alert right under this COVID crash low. If it gets down there, 79.07 is where it is. 79.07. That's the low. If it snags that low, I would be a lot more tempted in probably just picking it up long term. Does anybody see Disney going out of business for how much content that they own in the media world? Nope. No. And I guess they're. I saw something that they're rumored to be spinning off ABC and ESPN. ESPN, I believe. Yeah, ABC and ESPN. So, they might be getting out of at least TV. I don't know how that would work with like Disney Plus. I think since like a lot of that's bundled together, so I'm sure they're probably that's what they're trying to figure out is like how they kind of keep all that bundled together. Maybe just form a new company, call it like ABC Media or whatever, and then but they just keep that agreement that Disney Plus can have access to ESPN and all that. Losing sports on streaming is not what you want to do. Let me curious. I kind of forget, but I want to take a look at Alphabet just real quick. YouTube needs at least 2.3 million subscribers to break even on NFL Sunday Ticket deal. Wow. They might be able to do it just because of how easy it is to access YouTube TV or YouTube, I guess, to have a subscription to the NFL Sunday Ticket. It's so much easier to access this than it was for DirecTV. DirecTV, like you had to have DirecTV and then pay for NFL Sunday Ticket. It's like, but everybody has access to YouTube and YouTube TV. So, and my understanding is, I think they're going to have this or NFL Sunday Ticket a part of YouTube TV and YouTube. It's just something that you can pay extra for. It's just going to be like a premium. But I'm curious. I saw something that maybe it was going to be $300. But my question is that was that $300 annual or was that $300 monthly? What was that? Because $300 monthly, I don't know about that. $300 annual, I could see people doing that. Google though, yeah, I mean that looks the stock price don't seem like it's liking that award too much. I had a crazy thought on Alphabet might spin off YouTube, but probably like no way. No way. They make so much ad money off of YouTube. They ain't doing it. They make so much ad money off of YouTube. It's. I mean, YouTube is like a cash cow. I mean, there's so many people that use YouTube. I mean, we're on it right now. Like, that is. I think YouTube is one of the top places to go search for something, right? Like it's the it's the it's the Google search bar, right? Is number one. It's been number one forever. TikTok's been growing. I don't know where that's at now. It's been growing pretty rapidly, so it might be in the top five. I know it's probably number one among younger people, like people 30 and younger. It might be number one in that crowd. YouTube might be maybe number three, maybe behind TikTok. So if you look at like the top three, maybe like it's Google, the search bar, it's TikTok and YouTube, and you know I don't know if TikTok is number two, but they might be, from my understanding. I don't know. It's a good question. Top cert top place places to search. I know. I in October of 2006, YouTube was bought by Google for $1.65 billion. Freaking crazy, man. Billion. $1.65 billion. 8 best people searches finding for. Dude, I don't want people searches. Top places. Top sites for search. Come on, man. Just give me a freaking answer. Oh, Wikipedia. I totally forgot about Wikipedia being up there. And Amazon, yeah. I'm surprised Twitter's up there. All right, we got YouTube, Wikipedia, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram, what? When was this? In 2022. All right. Well, at least if it's 2022, it'll at least be somewhat relevant. Twitter, Instagram, Amazon, Pinterest. Yeah, that's the other part is like you get into some of these that are very niche, very niche. Like this, like Amazon's obviously gonna be much more catered to shopping, right? Instagram, might be something very specific. Pinterest might be more food related, maybe. I don't know. I don't know why ES Wikipedia interesting. So I don't know why they couldn't just lump Wikipedia together, combine both of those, and they're still not even close. Oh, YouTube is number one. Ha! Nah, that's so funny. YouTube was right there. I was like, man, where's YouTube? It was number one. I guess that's so funny. Anyways, what are Facebook fandom? I don't even know what fandom is. Apple.com. People go to apple.com for search. Okay. Oh, top 10 most visited websites in the world. Never mind. But this is yeah okay. Case in point, top 100 most visited websites in the world. YouTube's number one. Yeah, they're not gonna sell off YouTube right there. There's no freaking way. Come on. IMBD was on that list. Yes, they were. Actually, I remember seeing them. Where were they at? IMBD number 7. Yeah, yeah. For movies, like that's what it is, right? You get into something that's really niche. Movies, the movie industry, people like the movie industry and celebrities and all that stuff and learning about them. Fandom, yeah, like Wikipedia, man. Wikipedia should have combined all these Wikipedias. They still wouldn't be anything of what YouTube is, but they should have combined all these Wikipedias because all are just different languages. Live.com, LinkedIn, Microsoft.com. Wow. Like all these Amazons, they should have combined all the Amazons. ESPN.com is up there. Yeah, just interesting. Just interesting. Keep track of those stats. All right, let's run through some of these. Ooh, Google, look at that. Pop about 5 minutes ago. Nice. All right. Alphabet. Alphabet getting a little poppage. Tesla getting a little volatile, a little squirrely there. Goldman Sachs. So there's definitely some activity that came in. Someone was like, all right, we got to start buying here. We got to hold the line. Yeah, I've never heard of fandom either. Good question. Fandom.com. Oh, so it's like an IMBD kind of? It's like around movies and TV. Uh, gaming? Also, is that what I'm seeing? Anime. Sorry. Games, anime, movies. Like I like how anime has its own section now. Apparently can't be in TV, videos. Yeah, I've never been on fandom before. Must be where the kids are at. Well, it is very colorful, right? Kids like colorful things. Interesting. Yeah, never really been to fandom before. AAPL. What are you doing? Let's see if you hold in there tomorrow. I gotta like a little bit of this like bullish activity it's had here recently. Sachs, Tesla. Tesla did not like my idea of going bullish. SPY. Look at that little snap right there. Yeah, a little snap. All right. You go do your thing, man. That's why it's like so hard to trade on low volume weeks. Market just gets pushed weirdly around. Yeah. I would expect one little pop above the high that we put in today, this morning already. I would expect one little pop above that sometime this week. I don't know if it'll hold, but I would expect that at least once this week. And probably come back down. Be kind of nice if we saw it tomorrow. But that was kind of interesting, man. Everything kind of got hit right there. About what was that, 10 minutes ago? About 10 minutes ago? Yeah. That's rather intriguing. Qs, IWM, the DIA. The DIA was rolling down. Was negative for a bit. Dollar's running pretty good there for a bit. That 10-year, man, that is crazy. Inversion yield still going positive. That has a huge upper wick there on the GLD. So what's the SLV doing? SLV didn't pop nearly as hard. Kind of wonder if maybe these precious metals are going to come back down. HG, what's copper doing? Yeah, man, look at these precious metals having these huge upper wicks today. Platinum. There we go. This thing's kind of trending down. It's aluminum. Man, look at these freaking futures, so illiquid. Okay. Yeah, just like looking around the market. Sometimes you find weird stuff. What was that freaking thing we found last week? TGIF. That is it. That was that. What the Yeah, because it was this weekly income ETF. That was exactly what we were looking at. Yeah. Man, you got a way better memory than I do. I knew it was something like that. I was thinking like FOMO. I was thinking of just weird stuff. But what the freak happened here? Like, it doesn't have a history of doing that kind of a drop. I mean, it was a pretty good one back over here. That is freaking crazy. I mean, that's huge. Here's a pretty good one. Oh, this is about the same time last year. Oh, that's interesting. How much is this drop? That drop of 1.3%. How much was the drop today? 1.7%. That's really interesting. Why did that SoFi weekly income ETF drop that much? I wouldn't have thought it would. Yeah, I have no clue. None. Tesla does not like my idea of being bullish. Fandom is private, owned by Wiki founders. Okay. Okay. So it's like a Wikipedia but private? It seemed like it was more like an IMBD. All right. All right. Let's see. First Solar. What? All these are getting absolutely obliterated. Looks like they're aiming for a big sell. Well, yeah, that's usually what you do, right? You grow something until you can sell it. I wonder what. Like, if there was nothing that really drove this buying, man, we might come right back down here in the last hour, come back down to these lows. Tesla's like, nah, man, ain't no buying going on here. Spy, what Goldman Sachs doing? Nah. Oh, IWM broke down. That's what it is. The IWM actually just broke the day lows. Snapped down. that might have been it. The Qs didn't. SPY did not. The DIA also did not. So it might have been the IWM looking down, looking to breaking those lows. Was it about 2:40 Eastern or so around that time? Yeah, it's usually the IWM doesn't lead the market anywhere. I don't really care about the IWM, but normally it just doesn't lead anywhere. Guys, let me know if you want to look at anything. I think I'm mostly good for the day. We're seeing a pretty good rotation out of discretionary type stuff, tech stuff. Everyone's stuck at oh yeah, let's check out airports, man. They have been getting obliterated. I'm glad you brought that up. United Airlines kind of just hanging out sideways. Look like it's still just compressing to go bearish. If that thing's still doing that tomorrow, I might look to take a bearish play on it, or maybe some of these airlines. American not looking too good. ALK, Alaskan Airlines. They're still rolling bearish. And then LUV, yeah, they had a big outage. I heard about this morning talking with some family at breakfast. Yeah, that's not looking good. Apparently, it's gonna last a few, maybe a couple weeks. Yeah, that's a pretty serious gap right there. A lot of volume coming in today on LUV. But yeah, airlines have not been having a good go of it with this weather storm, and then obviously this outage is not looking too good for LUV. Okay. What about Boeing? Hey, Boeing's still just grinding, man. They just putting in work. They don't care about no snow. Let me know if there's any last thing you want to look at. But yeah, we can definitely take a look at maybe some airlines tomorrow, see what they're kind of doing. I did like UAL possibly for a bearish play. We'll take a look at that tomorrow. But yeah, still seeing that rotation. Just kind of come out of discretionaries going into staples, at least for now. Utilities are also doing pretty good. Healthcare is not positive for the day, but it is being better than a lot of other things in the market. Obviously, tech's down about 1% on the day. Yeah, tech, man, if it breaks some of these lower wicks here over the past couple of days, it's going to continue to go. Industrials, looking for this pullback on some industrials. Looking for this pullback. Financials are hanging out about flat on the day. Yeah, just seeing a little bit of rotation out of growth stuff into value stuff, out of discretionaries into staples. All right, Alpha Hunters, you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will chat tomorrow. All right, Alpha Hunters, take care.